Hello, parents and students, and welcome to the 2021 school year. My name is Mr. Besh, and I'm a math teacher here in our middle school on Team Fire. This video is to help you get comfortable with the 7th grade math curriculum, as well as the Team Fire math class procedures for the school year. Hopefully this video will answer any questions that you may have, and if there's anything else you need, please feel free to reach out. The first thing that I'd like to address is communication. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to email. Email is checked regularly, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. My email is beshd@nhsd.net. So here are some facts about the class. We will be using Zoom to do live daily lessons. Class periods are approximately 40 minutes, and time will be built in for students to ask questions. Parents are welcome to join. The procedure of the lessons are as follows. My goal is to get my students into a daily routine. After the welcoming, I will open each Zoom session answering questions students might have from their previous night's assignments. Our daily lessons are done using direct instruction. Our topics are chunked into smaller concepts, are 15 minutes in length, and after the lesson concludes, students will be encouraged to ask questions once again. We use our iPads daily, even when we return to school face-to-face. The goal is to get our students to be proficient with the iPad sooner rather than later. Students and parents are not expected to be experts with technology from day one. For the first couple weeks, we spend a lot of time during our Zoom sessions walking through what students need to be able to do to be successful with their iPads this school year. Homework will be assigned nightly, Monday through Thursday. Homework is required, extensively reviewed, but never graded. It goes without saying, students who make the effort do much better than those that don't. Quizzes will then be generated from these weekly lessons. Every Friday, we take a small quiz based on these previous assignments. Students are expected to review over the weekend questions they missed, if any at all. This is a performance assessment and how students earn points in the class. Lastly, as part of our school-wide policy, we do not do retesting, nor do we have extra credit opportunities for students. iPads are not everything. Students are still expected to take notes, write down examples, and show their work. I recommend a larger notebook. While the iPad makes things nice, students do not have access to other apps while Zooming, so this is a necessity. Trust me when I say that many of our live lessons are going to make topics look easy. But if students don't have the examples to fall back upon while doing assignments, they will struggle and then get behind. And lastly, many of you grew up like me, having a single book to use as a reference. Good or bad, that our teacher would then follow by page, only one way to do a problem, and unfortunately showing us only limited examples. Those days are gone. This year we will be slowly but surely building our own book from the PA Core standards. I will be pulling from multiple references and the best supplements from over 20 years, tailored to meet student need. PDF is this new standard, and all of our assignments will be in this format. Students will be taught how to make folders in an app called Notability, and then lessons on organization and backing up using Google Drive will then follow. So calculator questions come up each and every year. Your children will need calculators this year. Now I know there's tons of apps that are out there and websites that you can use that have free calculator apps. But the problem is that it's pretty hard to use them while using other utilities and other apps simultaneously. So we require the students to have a calculator of their own. If they have one already, awesome. If they don't, I recommend the TI-30X as seen from the picture on the left-hand side, as they are relatively cheap and usually in stock everywhere. My example is from Walmart. Also, as a heads up, and for a future reference for students entering Algebra 1. Students taking Algebra 1 need a TI-84. They are significantly more expensive, but will last their entire academic career. I still use my daughters here at school many moons later as she's now 27 years old. And yes, students not taking Algebra 1 can use the TI-84 in class, but it is not required for Math7 pre-algebra. They just need a basic calculator like the TI-30X. Now, as for what we do this year, pre-algebra is huge. And without going over every individual standard, here is a collage of all the topics we will be learning this calendar year. Obviously, after we get through the iPad, we'll be starting with basic fundamentals like integers and percents and things along the lines like that, decimal conversions. And towards the end of the year, we'll be working with volume and surface area in our geometry unit. Now, caution, I have a few things that are must for parents of middle school students. First, have your children create goals this school year. Check in with them every 2 weeks to see if they're meeting their goals. And if they are not, please make sure you tweak them and/or intervene as soon as possible. Second, please create a daily schedule for your children that doesn't change Monday to Friday, and allow no cheat days. Students who are better organized and have a daily routine accomplish more than those that don't. Now, the next subject is a sore subject, but I gotta bring it up. Much of our curriculum this year is basic fundamentals. In today's world, most of pre-algebra and algebra can be done and using numerous answer apps that are available. Your children know about them or eventually will know from other students. Please make sure they don't rely on them. We can't tell who is cheating and who is not when the students are not in front of us, but it will clearly show and rear its ugly head when they return to school in October. Now, fourth on my list, please don't just accept the word of your children. Make your children show you their work. Ask them what they're doing. If a student can't explain what they're doing, then they don't know how to do it. This results in poor quiz scores on their performance assessments. Students who take Math7 quizzes unprepared fail. It's like trying to pass a spelling quiz, but you don't know the letters in the alphabet. Poor student performance in 7th grade is not a lack of ability, but mainly last-minute preparation and weak effort. Every 2 weeks, preview Power School and review their grades with them. Make your children own it. And finally, I said it before and I'll say it again, communication is everything. Please check in with me immediately if you notice something isn't right with your children. This is a very important step in 7th grade due to a lot of transitioning issues. You know your kids better than anybody. If you notice something's wrong, something probably is wrong, so please reach out to us. For the longer you wait, the harder it is to actually remedy. Hopefully, I alleviated some anxiety and hit on a number of topics that you really wanted to hear. If there is anything else that I didn't hit, please make sure, give me an email. I'm always here and I'm always willing to help. Here's to a great 7th grade experience and a strong academic year.